Welcome to Part 11 of the Employee Management HR System. This is the third section of the automated attendance calculation for daily wages. All employee-related statistics, including duty hours, overtime, and allowances, have now been finalized. The next step is to insert these values into the employee wages table.
First, we need to upgrade these two tables. Change the field size of all hours-related fields by setting the appropriate precision and scale. I believe the duty hours field was mistakenly set to the currency data type, so change it to the correct type. Next, update the field sizes of the hours-related fields in the employee table as well. We also need to add a new field that will be used as custom duty hours for calculation purposes. We already completed all of these calculations in the previous part, where we calculated the total number of days in the current month, working days in the month, per day salary based on the total salary, and per day allowance based on the total allowances. Now let's begin by adding the required custom controls to the form, including fields for the employee's daily duty hours and overtime. Select the new field we created from the data source. We also need a reset button that updates the custom duty hours text box with the employee's actual duty hours. This code simply copies the actual duty hours into the custom duty hours field. Set the default values for both fields. The button is working correctly. Now let's move to the Submit button function. This section contains reference code for all of these text boxes, which we no longer need. However, before removing them, let's first insert the data into the employee wages table, so it's easier to update the field references. For now, we'll comment out the old code and remove the unnecessary controls. Open the employee wages table so it's easier to reference the fields. Here's a pro tip. These arguments are not necessary if you're using an MS Access backend table. However, they are required when integrating with SQL Server backend tables. If you'd like to learn how to integrate SQL Server tables with MS Access, click the button on the screen. You'll also find the link in the description. Now we'll copy the field names from the table and paste them into the VBA code window. Update all the field references accordingly. We'll need to write a separate formula for calculating the total salary. For the attendance field, we'll use the reference from the employee table based on this text box. Next comes the attendance condition. If an employee is absent, the code should move to the next record. But before that, there's one very important step. Change the form's default view from single form to continuous forms. As you can see, the employee wages table is currently empty. Let's first fix the table reference error. This looks like a serious error. Any guesses? Think about it. Here's the solution. We accidentally assigned the attendance reference, which is a string value, to the employee ID field. There's another mistake as well. We forgot to add the update argument. Great. I think the data has now been inserted successfully, and all the statistics have been added accurately. After the automated attendance calculation is complete, the form should close automatically. To achieve this, we'll need to update the button code. For a better demonstration of the process, let's create a new employee. First, we'll delete the previous record so we can examine the attendance records for both employees. Did you notice something? Even though the data was inserted successfully, the form didn't close. Excellent. The form now closes properly, and the data for both employees has been added to the employee wages table. You can manually verify each field according to the employee's salary. I already did, and everything matches correctly. There's just one final thing left to verify. The data for an absent employee should not be inserted or updated. This error might be a little confusing, but it's not actually an error. As you may remember, we had previously opened this form and then deleted the data from the employee wages table. Because of that, the record pointer shifted from the first primary record to the continuous record sequence. As you can see, there's no actual issue. Excellent work. Only one record has been added, exactly as expected. Also notice that the last date of attendance has been updated successfully. I hope you learned many new concepts from this project that were not covered in the Master Accounting project. This process is not yet complete because we still need to implement attendance logic based on business holidays. See you in the next exciting video.